Welcome back, everyone. My name is Chris, and this is the VimShow. You guys are watching Behind the Vim podcast. And today I have a very special guest with us. Her name is Amy Moua.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
So to start things off, I just wanted to ask, or not ask, but for you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
And, just to, let the audience know about who you are, what you do it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Before I do start, I just want to say thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. So my name is Amy Moua. I am 24 years old. I was born and raised here in Fresno. So I've been here all 24 years of my life. I am a recent Fresno State graduate. I just graduated in May with my psychology degree. So, yeah.
That just answered two of my other questions.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. And then I think when people ask me to tell me a little about tell me a little bit about yourself, the biggest part of me is my family. And I always mention my family when I mention myself. And I think it's super important to talk about when I say anything about myself. I come from a family of 12. So,
dang.
Yeah, I have a huge family. They're every part of me. So, in my family, there's 7 boys, 5 girls. I'm the 5th and youngest girl. So, I am the baby girl in the family. And in the 12 of us, I'm third to last. So, I'm the baby girl, and I'm towards the end, so I'm the baby. Anyways,
yeah.
But other than that, on my free time, I like to gym. I like to work out. I love to eat. I love going to dinner. I like going out of town too. I like to get away, even if it's for a day or a few days. But other than that, yeah, I'm always with family. I'm working. I'm at the gym, or yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm in the community. So, and I didn't mention I'm Miss Hmong USA. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been saying all this. So yeah,
I don't know what gave it away, guys, but
I know. I'm it's not like I'm wearing the sash. Yeah. So I am actually the Miss Hmong.
It's is it a year thing? So 23?
It is, 20? Yes. So I'm in my rain year. I'm coming towards the end of my rain year right now. So yeah, I'm the current Miss Hmong USA 2023. I won here in Fresno in January. So yeah, but it's coming. It's going to be October soon. I'm coming towards the end of my rain year. So kind of just juggling, work, personal life, and being Miss Hmong, just being in the community. So yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm it's been fun. It's been a wild ride.
I really like how, you say that you had to include your family as a part of your journey and who you are, It's cool, because especially in today's day and age, it's family is a really forgotten, I guess you can say, tradition and culture.
Yeah,
in most people. So,
it is. Yeah, my family is literally at both. I did 2 pageants, and they've been behind me the whole entire way. I'm I couldn't have done this without my family. And so yeah, we're super tight, we're super close. I always think about moving away, and I'm no, I can't, because I don't know what I would do without my brothers and sisters, and 30 nieces and nephews too. So I'm a super auntie. Yeah. So I'm auntie full time too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think my family is that big, especially, or that's just your own family, right?
Yeah, so that's my immediate family.
Yeah, your immediate family?
Yeah.
Damn.
How about you?
I have 3 sisters, and I'm the only boy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, where do you land in those?
I'm the second. So the second
child. You're the oldest boy, of course. You're
I'm the
oldest
boy. I'm pretty much the older brother to all of them. Even my older sister. Yeah.
How does it feel being the only boy? Were you spoiled at all?
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty spoiled compared to the rest of my sisters, at least.
I know, 'cause I feel like being the baby girl, everyone's you were spoiled by dad, and I'm no, I wasn't, but I kind of was. But
yeah. So same goes for my sister. I was spoiled because I'm the only boy, but she was spoiled because she was the baby
girl, right?
Out of all of us, so.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, my immediate family just is just us. It's just us 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, us 4, and then my mom, my dad.
Oh, nice. Do you have nieces or nephews at all yet?
Yeah, just one niece with my older sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm you're lucky. I have 30, so year round is birthdays.
I can't even imagine how it is when they all start getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of when you go visit your aunties and your uncles, right? And everybody gets there. It's funny because I've been thinking about that recently. Dang, this is gonna be us one day, where our kids are all gonna come hang out, but we're the adults, you know.
Yeah. And we're like coming to that now, you know. We're not the kids anymore, and we're the adults paying bills. I'm like, can I just be a kid again? Can I be a niece again? Yeah.
That's really cool. So my first question actually was just I was gonna ask how old you are, because
right,
just to put it out there, and for your status too, you know what I mean, like the Miss Hmong. That's a really cool. Because I think was it Miss Hmong Universe or something like that?
Oh, Miss Universe Laos.
Pageant. Yeah. She's pretty young too, right?
She's is. I think she's only 23, or she might even be just my age too. I'm 24, so
that's really young.
Yeah, I met her a few times.
Yeah.
So I think she's the same age.
To be fair, I've never really been into that into like that field, world. In that pageant stuff. So that's probably like the average age, huh?
Yeah, it is. I think for me personally, like, I think if I would have done it any sooner, I think I would have been too young. Like, even just like the maturity level and life experience. So I'm actually so happy that I did it when I did it, because if I would have but yeah, I feel like if I would have done it any sooner, like 19, 20, 21, it's just like, I feel like being in this position, it takes a level of maturity. And so so I'm 24 right now, turning 25 next year.
That's cool. Yeah, like, I don't know, it was just after I found out Payang's age, I was like, hold on, this girl is like my age.
Yeah, like, or I think she might even be younger. I think she might even be like 21 or 22.
Yeah, I know she was like pretty damn young.
Yeah. So I think, you know what, now that you mentioned that, I think she is younger than me. So she might even be like 22. Wow. Yeah. How about you? What are you?
I'm 22 also.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah.
But it's like everybody's all around the same age.
Yeah, we are. I'm like we're around the same age.
I was, like I said, I was never really into that like field. So I just assumed most of them were like late 20s going to the 30s.
Yeah, it usually is. I know most pageants, like Hmong pageants, the age is like 18 to 27, I believe.
Okay.
So there is like usually an age like qualification. But like I said, I think like if I was to give advice on like the pageant and what age you should be, whatever, I mean, if you think if you're 18 or 19 and you feel like you have what it takes, like, by all means, go for it. But like from my personal experience and just what I've been like doing in the community and stuff, I think like 22 to 25 is like the perfect age to go into the pageant world.
Makes sense. Yeah. It's like you said, it definitely takes a certain level of maturity, once
it does.
To really take it seriously.
Yes, because I feel like, if you're 18, you're still kind of young, you're learning, you're still kind of a kid, and I feel like just from what I've been like, what I've done this year and the events I've had to go to and, meeting so much people, I feel like if I would have done that at 18, I would have been so overwhelmed. Like, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm just a kid. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it does. It takes a level of maturity for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For sure. So that is her, everyone. Like, or just the introduction of her.
Yes.
There's more to come. A lot more.
Yes, so you guys better keep watching because we have so much more to come.
Okay. Sorry, let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. My next question, just to throw in the ballpark, is: are you single?
I am.
You guys heard that right here.
I am. So I know I'm not gonna get in trouble. I am single. I don't have a man. I'm just so busy with. I'm like so busy with life. Like I was full-time working, full-time school, and then full-time Miss Hmong. So. Yeah,
save it.
Yeah.
I got questions for you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm just like, I am single. So to answer your question, I'm like, I don't have a man, okay? But I'm not looking to. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, when it happens, it happens.
Yeah, so. When it comes, it'll come.
Yes. I'm like, I'm being patient, and I believe the right man will come, so.
But to you guys watching,
I'm like,
she's single.
I know. They're going to be hitting you up like, what's her at?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on then to the serious stuff. Now nothing too scary.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so. What was it that helped you kind of pave the way to wanting to become Miss Hmong USA?
So I know you hear this a lot where people's like, oh, it's something I always wanted to do. You know, I feel like everyone says that, but it truly is. And so, like, I remember being a kid and I would go to the New Year's. I'll see girls wearing, like, these sashes. And they used to walk in groups. Like, I think,
together,
all together. And so I was maybe, like, 3rd grade, only 4th grade. And I would go with my parents. And I'll see them with crowns and, like, sashes and Hmong clothes. But I remember, like, during that time, I didn't even know what they were. Like, I didn't know they were pageant queens. I didn't know they were, like, they had to compete and stuff. But I just always seen them walking in groups. I'm like, dang, who are those people? You know, like, who are those girls? And then as I got older, I was like, oh, like, it's John, you know, they go and compete. And so I always, like, joked around at home. Like, I'll tell my dad, like, oh, Dad, I'm going to go compete this year, you know. And I'll just, you know, mess around. And then, like I said, it just took a lot of maturity and just life experience. And then 3 years ago, I lost my dad. And I think that's
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, it's been hard, but it's gotten easier. But that's what really gave me the push to go for it, because after I lost my dad, I was like, man, like, life is short and we don't know, like, we're not promised tomorrow, you know. And I wish I could have done it when he was alive. He would have been so proud. Like,
I bet it felt like after your dad passed away, it probably just felt like there's nothing, like, holding me back.
Exactly. Yes. So that, like, you hit it spot on. So yeah, I feel like, man, like, I lost my dad. Like, now I really need to go after it. You know, like, I really don't know what tomorrow holds. Like, and I want to keep making him proud as if he was still here. So to answer your question, what gave me that push to just go for it was losing my dad. So I, like, see life in a whole new perspective now. I'm like, go for it, you know, and take the risk, you know, and build the life that you want. And so that's what really gave me the push. And also because I am very passionate about being in my community, because being when I was younger, I was never really involved in, like, you know, the Hmong community. I was still young. I was a kid. So like I said, that's why I was really emphasizing the age, because just like, I was like, now is the time to start getting in the community and learning more about my Hmong people and what we do, and then making a difference too. I'm super passionate about working with kids. So I know you said you have, like, some questions about, you know, my major or whatever. Yeah. So we'll save that. But I just think, like, this is the perfect time to put myself out there in the world and make a difference, because it just starts with you. Like, it starts with one person. So yeah.
That's cool. That's I love hearing people talk about their experience like that, because for me personally, you know, I kind of go through that myself, and it's like you said, you know, sometimes you do need just that push.
Yes.
But, like, in your case, you know, with your dad passing away, sadly, that had to be the push, you know.
Yes.
But like you said, it just that feeling of, like, you know, there shouldn't be anything holding me back, you know, like, and I should just go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it sucks, because I'm like, I feel like everybody is being held back by something, and then sometimes it takes, like, life-altering events, or, you know, for you to go down to your lowest to get, you know, to be like, okay, I gotta, you know, pick it up now. So
I've been, like, me and my friends, you know, we all share, like, memes or just videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And he sent me this quote once, or a video of a quote, and they were saying something like, you know, the people that are shaming you right now, or saying that you can't do it, or just the things that are holding you back right now, people wise, in like 10 or 15 years, like, they're not even going to be here anymore, you know, or it's like they're not going to be relevant. And then at that point, are you still going to be holding yourself back?
Yes.
Or are you going to finally, you know, do the things you want to do regardless? Yeah.
I'm just like what people always say, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Like, you just have to get over your fear and take the risk and just go for it. Otherwise, you'll never know. Like, you're just going to live your life. And you know what? That's something I live by, is, like, I don't want to live my life thinking, what if? Like, what if I didn't do the pageant and I'm gonna live the rest of my life? Like, what if I would have won? Like, what if I went for it and I actually won? You know?
It's I think, I don't know if there's a saying for it, but it's like, you know, you don't regret the things you've done, you regret the things you haven't done. Yeah.
Yes, and I agree. That is like so true. Because when I think back, I'm like, I should have. I'm like, I should have done this, I should have done that, or you know. So
yeah,
it's better to like go, like when I did the pageant, I'm like, it's better to go and lose and know that I tried than to never do it.
Hold on.
Oh, someone's girlfriend is calling. Yeah, pretty much that was my push. Yeah.
Well, to move on then.
Okay.
Let me take a look. So just to branch off from that, it's what did you have to do to achieve it? So I guess it's a pretty broad question, but you know, you get the gist of it.
Yeah. So just to kind of shorten it up, I started training. So for those who don't know, I ran for Sacramento first in November. So I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you did like other smaller pageants first.
Yeah. So I did Sacramento's in November, and then 3 weeks later I did Fresno's. So I started training.
Is it Miss Hmong USA for Sacramento? Or?
No, Sacramento is Miss Hmong California. So you have to be from California and be a California resident to run for that one. Where Miss Hmong USA is in Fresno. And since it's USA, I competed against girls from all over the U.S. Okay. So that's the one that people can come from, like Wisconsin, Minnesota. Right. Yeah. So I competed in November of last year in Sacramento. I started training in maybe June of last year. So maybe altogether 6 months of training. So... and it was every weekend, and it was like 10-hour days. So I was driving to Sacramento like every weekend, and sometimes I'll go because my trainer lives in Sacramento. So I will go to Sacramento like sometimes on a Sunday because I work Saturday. So I'll go on a Sunday and come back Sunday.
Who is your trainer?
My trainer, her name is Miley Her. Oh. She's from Sacramento. She's amazing. So if she ever watches this or anything, I just want to give her a shout out because I would not have won without her. Like, no way. And I give all my credit to my team. So my trainer, my makeup artist, and my hair artist, I had three team members with me. And so it's Cindy, Kathy, and Miley, that they were like the backbone behind my pageant. And so without them, I couldn't have even gone on this journey. So yeah, I was going to mention them. They're a big part. But basically, to get to the crown, I trained for 6 months every single weekend, drove to Sacramento and back while being a full-time student, full-time working too. So it took a lot of sacrifice. I even, you know what, I gave up my hobby of weightlifting too. And I think that's something
was it like weightlifting, like powerlifting and lifting heavy, or just maybe like bodybuilding kind of?
Bodybuilding. So I never did like powerlifting, but I did like bodybuilding, which I still did heavy lifting. Right. Yeah. So and then I want to mention that because it was a big part of me. Like I've been weightlifting for years, and when it came to the pageant, they were like, you need to lose muscle, you're too buff. They're like, you have too much muscle. Yeah. And I'm like, what? And they're just like, yeah. So then I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed like weightlifting. I sacrificed eating. I had to like lose weight. And so it took a toll on me too. It took a big mental toll.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a whole like life shift.
It was. Yeah. It was like a life altering event, I feel like, because people just see what you put on stage, but a lot of people don't know like what your question is asking, like what did you have to do to get to that? And it was like, starving, and it was, not working out, and it was like no sleep, and it was no eating, no anything. And your whole life was just pageant. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't have time for a boyfriend, because my life has just been like revolving around, my titles. And so and then for Sacramento, I ended up taking third. And so I was so heartbroken that night. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never running in a pageant again. So that night I told my trainer, I'm like, Miley, like, and I was like in tears, and I'm like, I never want to run for a pageant again. Like, gosh, I'm so heartbroken. I felt like I let her down. And then like 2 days later.
Is it like heartbroken just because you lost, or is it, did you feel like a certain way?
It was heartbroken because, I'm a very competitive person, and I was an athlete my whole life. Like,
yeah.
So I wasn't a triathlete, and I'm super competitive. I have a competitive nature. And so like anything I do, no matter how small or how big, like I want to be the best at it. Like, obviously I'm going into a pageant, I want to win. I'm not going to be like, I'm going for third, you know, like, so when I placed third, it was just heartbreaking because my whole family was there, and, you know, I felt like, man, I let my family down. Like, I let my trainer down. And it was just heartbreaking because you put in so many hours of work, and going into a competition, you want first. Like, you want to win.
Right.
And so winning third was just like, man, like I was just devastated. Yeah. And so, but then 2 days later, I called my trainer and I'm like, hey, why don't we run for Fresno's? You know, I'm like, since I didn't win first, I'm able to run for the biggest title, which is Fresno's.
So if you won first, then you can't run.
Yeah. If you win first, you can't run for like another pageant since you're in your reign year.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But because I took third, that's why you know, I'm like, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. You know, like I lost because, well, not technically lost. I placed third, but. I feel like that happened because it brought me to first here in Fresno, like in my hometown. Yes, like, and the experience that I had in Sacramento was like exactly what I needed to win in Fresno. Because if I didn't have that experience and then I came to Fresno, I probably wouldn't have won. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, everything happens for a reason. It was a lot of training, a lot of hours, starvation, you know, sacrifice.
Same thing though, right? Pretty much.
Yes.
And then. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for both pageants, because then it was only like 2.5 weeks apart, maybe like 3 weeks apart. So then we had to like hurry up and get outfits and, you know, learn new speeches. And so it was like we were on a time crunch. And oh, man, I didn't think I was going to do it. Like 2 days before the Fresno New Year's, I told her like, I'm dropping out. I was like, Miley, I can't do it. Like, it's 2 days away. I'm going to drop out. And she was like, come to Sacramento and we'll practice one more time and then I'll see if you're ready or not. And I'm like, no, I don't want to come to Sacramento. I'm not doing it. And so, but she was very encouraging. And so I went to Sacramento. We trained one last time and she was like, you could do it. She was like, go for it. Like, you can do it. And so I ended up doing it anyways. And then I placed first here in Fresno. So
it's like, look at you now.
I'm like, it took a lot of sacrifice and hard work, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. I'm so glad, you know, I stuck with it because.
Yeah, you went through.
Yeah, I'm like so glad. Even though it was hard, the sacrifices I made was like, it took such a big toll on me. And that's something, you know, we don't talk about much. Like, But it took a big toll on my personal life, like my mental health and everything. But
yeah, like I said, it was probably such a drastic life shift that, you know, it's like. Your body itself, not even like mentally. Your body itself is probably like
hella tired. I was like, my body was so dead and tired. My feet, like from the 6-inch high heels for months. But the journey, like it was, to me, it was 110% worth it. Yeah. So I would do it totally again. I'm like, I would do it all over again.
I can, I understand what you mean, you know, because I go to the gym too, and, you know, I lift weights and stuff. And just imagining, like, I mean, it probably felt kind of like nice in a way. It's like, okay, well, I don't have to worry about the weights. But then, you know, now you're like, it's you're obviously picking up all these other different tasks and stuff like that in place of it. And it's probably just as draining, you know, and it's like a different kind of draining.
It was too, because I couldn't weightlift or work out at all, like anything. Like I couldn't do anything.
You're healing, you know?
So like
mentally at least.
I basically lost all of my muscle mass that I spent years building, and like. Yeah, and I'm like, if anyone who knew me before the pageant, they knew. Like, when they saw me after the pageant, they're like, dang, girl, you're a stick. Like, you're skin and bones. And I'm like, I know. That's what I had to do, you know? Yeah. But, I think that was, like, the hardest part. And it was hard getting back to it. So, it took me a few months. You know, when you fall off. But this time, I didn't fall off. It was like I had to do. I had to give it up. So, when I tried to come back onto weightlifting and eating regular again, I couldn't. It was, like, it was so hard. Yeah.
I bet. Did you? I don't want to turn this into a gym video, but
no, it's okay.
Did you happen to like calculate your weight loss and everything like that at all?
Yeah, I did. So when I first started training, I was at 158 pounds, and then when I was competing in Sacramento and Fresno, I fell down to 142. So it was like maybe 15, 16 pounds difference, which was...
But it's not too bad, but for a girl's body, that's a good amount.
And for me, it was all my muscle mass. Like I literally lost everything. I was just skin and bones. And so to me, it was like 15 pounds. It was all my muscle, and it was a lot. Like I saw a big change. And so
it was because it was like the whole process was like maybe a few months.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just all that. So the 6 months was leading up to the Sacramento one, or
5 months.
Sacramento and the Fresno.
Sacramento was in November, so then June to November, and then June to December.
Okay.
For Fresno. So altogether was 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
But by Sacramento, I had already lost maybe 13 pounds. Yeah. And then I lost like 2 more pounds for Fresno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I can't imagine on like 6 months of like
no working out. Yeah.
And like the food too. Yeah. It's completely different. Yeah.
It was so hard. Like I think a lot of the big reason that I lost weight, it wasn't really starvation, but it was starvation because of not having time to eat. It wasn't because I'm like, I need to get skinny on. Let me starve. It was like I had no time to eat. And so when I finally could eat, it was like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. already. And I would just eat a quick little sandwich. And then, that's how I lost a lot of weight.
It's a good way to look at it, too, though. Mm-hmm. It's still like, oh, these people, they're starving their pageant runners.
No. It wasn't like, you better starve. I had to starve because I just didn't have time to eat. Yeah. My schedule was just crazy. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm. But, that's like, you got a lot of behind the scenes with, like, the pageant life, because I'm like, this is something we don't talk about.
I was gonna mention when you brought up your trainer in Sacramento, because my uncle actually, he was also Mr. Hmong Fresno, but back in 2010 is John Lau. I don't know if you
I'm not familiar.
And then my aunt actually won Miss Hmong Minnesota also. They married.
Oh wow. Cool. Yeah.
So then I think I might see you this month. Are you? I think
where
there's a pageant in Sac on the 13th or 14th.
A pageant in November.
Oh, maybe it's November for the New Year's.
Yeah, it's in November.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be there for sure because I'm gonna be there handing my crown down to the next winner.
Because my uncle and my auntie that Miss Hmong, they, since they're located in Sac, they normally run the pageant. Or not yearly, but
is it Alex?
Alex, yeah.
Oh yeah, so I've been in contact with them.
Yeah. So Alex is like my actual aunt.
Oh, cool. What a small world.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so is it in November then or October?
It's in November.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's
I was here thinking it's in
weekend.
October. Okay. Yeah, I know it's normally a Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, Thanksgiving
I'm gonna
weekend.
be there. He, like I said, they normally run it here and there. So then he wants me to go out there and shoot it also.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So I'll be there. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
I'll be there with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I've been in contact with Alex and the pageant team. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Wow, small world. It's crazy. Wow.
Well, I mean, it's a small world, but same little. I guess the pageant world.
Yeah, the pageant world. Yeah. Then everybody kind of knows each other.
Yeah. It's really cool though, to me at least, because I had a podcast with my sister recently, and I was telling her about how. Let me reset this.
Okay.
So I was talking to my sister about how because she was with an acting agency for a while when she was in high school, and I asked her how it felt like. Did it feel like, because you watch TV and stuff like that, right? And it's like, oh man, there's celebrities or like the audience members. How do they feel? Like, do you feel this surrealness? And I asked her, and she was like, yes, but it's like, cause she was a part of like the extras in the scene. So it was at the same time, it was like, it did feel like surreal, but it's because she's seen the behind the scenes of it. And it feels like normal, you know? And I told her that, that for me, at least now, since I've been behind the scenes for a lot of this stuff, it's like, cause I shot the music video with Soul, and then I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes with like nonprofits and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't really feel that surrealness because I see it happen. And I help it happen. So it's like, maybe after the the product is done and it's produced and it's out, then maybe if you watch it back and you're like, oh dang,
but, you know what, that's how I feel. Like they're like, how did you feel when you won? I'm like, I don't remember. It just like, you know, you're just on stage. But then when I like, after I won and I went back a few weeks later and watched my videos of me on stage, I'm like I did that. Like I was on stage and I was talking and I played the flute. So it's
oh really
real,
that's
like,
cool.
I played the hulusi for my talent round.
Okay.
So when I understand what you're saying, you're like in the moment, it's like you're behind the scenes, you
and
see
it just
everything.
feels like work.
It feels like regular, but then when you go back and see the product, like the videos on YouTube of me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. So I feel like it's surreal after.
Damn. So I'm still only on my first section of the question. So branching still from what paved your way onto this, what were like some of your toughest challenges? You kind of already went over it a little bit, but you know, more specifically, I guess.
I think one of my toughest challenges was the traveling part because
I bet
everybody was from Sacramento except me, I think, and one other girl. But then
even during like when you were running for the USA, you were still going down there to meet with your trainer too? Or,
yes. So because she's from Sacramento. So the toughest part was literally like work-life balance, like having to balance full-time working, full-time school, and then traveling too. And so the traveling took a toll on me. I'm like, oh my God, I got to drive 2 hours there, train for like 10 hours and drive 2 hours home, you know? So I would say the traveling, and then also just memorization, like the speeches that you know we had.
You
and
probably have like maybe 3 or 4 speeches.
Like you got to remember your introduction, remember your talent speech, remember your platform.
You guys try to keep them like maybe 2 minutes,
couple
right?
minutes.
Couple minutes.
It depends
that's
too.
Long,
it is long. So I think traveling, what else? The walking was hard for me because I feel like I'm naturally a tomboy, like because you know my favorite sport was basketball, and so I'm like a basketball player, I'm a hooper, you know. I'm like,
so it's kind of like tomboy. New to you, huh?
Like the whole pageant world, like I was like you, I was never into, you know, like watched it all the time and stuff. I just jumped into it. I'm like you know me. What because you told me, you know, you're like I was never into the pageant world, you know, and I was the same. So it was hard for me to get the walk because my trainer used to be like, you look too buff. She's like, you're walking too manly, you know.
You're like with your lats on.
I was like, you know, I was buff, my shoulders were out. So then I think the walking was one of the most challenging parts for me too, because it took me a long time, and even now I still feel like my walk needs a lot of work. So I think other than the traveling, the walking, other than that, everything came pretty smooth.
Wow. That's cool. But I mean, it's good because that means, you know, not that you didn't struggle, but it's good that you didn't have to deal with extra and excess struggles. It was just a lot of hard work. Like you just have to study like, on the times you have. Consistency, you know.
Yes, like you had to be consistent. Otherwise, like there's no way you could do it. So, and you know what was hard too was actually like disciplining myself when I'm not with my trainer. So like when
I get it.
Yeah, it's like okay, my trainer's here, so we're gonna work our butts off for 8 hours. You know, we train. But then when I come home to Fresno, like it's so easy to not practice.
You're just
it's like it's easy to not practice. It's easy to not look at my speeches, like, and then I just wait until I go see her. But no. Like you have to discipline yourself when you're at home and like by yourself.
And that's doing it yourself.
I'm like that's the most important part is like doing it when you're alone.
I get it because, you know, like for me, I've always been like a pretty big guy, right? And then there were times in my life where I did discipline myself enough to like slim down and things like that. Lost a lot of muscle mass though, but. I always told myself, it'd be so easy if I had a trainer, man. Like, it'd be so easy, you know. You just follow, and then it's because you know you have somebody to like hold you accountable and push you.
No, seriously.
And it's like, okay, he's on my back, so I need to do it. But when you're trying to train and then you know you're trying to do this yourself, it's like
it's easy to just be like, I'm tired.
Slack off.
You know? Or it's easy to like not do a set because you're just like, oh my God, like my legs are burning, you know, I'm good, I'll do it tomorrow. But I understand too because I have a personal trainer, so I told people's like, why do you even go to a trainer? Just you know how to work out, do it yourself, because I do like I I can work out on my own. But I always tell them, with my trainer though, he pushes me to a level I can't push myself to.
Yeah.
And he'll give me like 80-pound dumbbells. And if I was by myself, I would have done 60-pound dumbbells, you know? And with him, like I have no space to slack, or like I can't go easy on myself. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest part about having someone there pushing you too.
Yeah, like I think it's completely fine if you're just doing it just because. But I know you, like, especially because you're competitive. Like I am too. But I've gotten a little more complacent with like, as long as I know I push myself enough that I'm okay with it. But I was gonna say is like, I guess I don't want to say the average person, but if you're just doing it, just to keep yourself going and stuff. Yes. Yeah, I totally get it, But you always want to push yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and just having that person there to do it for you.
Yeah.
And then actually doing it, you're like, oh, I feel good.
And then he already has the whole workout plan ready.
Exactly.
So I'm like, good,
it's like,
other than because I'll go to GB3 and I'll be like, what am I gonna do today? Or the machines are taken up, and with him we're in a personal gym. It's go 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 go.
I think for me, my favorite thing would be, he has the workout planned out already, and like, is a guy, does he plan out your meal plan and stuff like that too?
Yeah, so he has given me meal plans, but I'm on.
Do you have to do the cooking yourself though?
Yes. Oh, okay. But then I don't mind, but then I'm Hmong, I love to eat good. Yeah. I love, kapong pho. Yeah. I love stir fry.
I love high sodium stuff.
Yeah, I'm like MSG, So I'm like for me, it's always been a struggle for me to meal plan, meal prep, and like go with the meal plan, because I get bored fast, with food.
I get it.
I mentioned in the beginning, I'm a foodie. I love food. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him your hobbies in the beginning too. Yeah. But you went on. So yes. It's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm like that too. Like, the time periods when I slimmed down, I think it was just a couple years ago.
Right.
Because currently I'm sitting at like, I think 240, 235, right around there. And just 2 years ago, I dropped 20. I was 200. So these last, I've gained, I'd say maybe, I've probably put on, I would like to say 15 pounds of muscle, and then the other, is all fat. But but I was at 200, and then before that, I was just so focused on just dropping weight. Right. Because I was even bigger. I was like 270, but I let myself go. That's another story. But I was just focused on dropping weight, and I went all the way down to 200.
Oh wow.
And I was slim. Yeah. But I didn't have the muscle mass, so I tried to bulk. But having the meal, like I said, going back to the meal plan and stuff, it's hard to maintain it. It is to be balanced.
Yeah, least, and it is time consuming. Meal prepping, people think it's it's fast. Like, it's really not. Like, if you actually have meal prepped, and it could get pricey too. Yeah. So, definitely. Yeah, I'm like, meal prepping is actually not fast. Like, it takes a few hours to prep and cook everything, pack everything, and so. But yeah, I get bored of food, and I don't like food that's been sitting for 2-3 days in the fridge. Like, I like fresh food. Yeah. So I don't really do meal plan.
I'm a little more okay with it, but yeah, it's on the discipline.
Yeah,
after a while at least.
Yeah, I'm like, it's all discipline. Yeah.
Like, I think the biggest reason why I dropped so much is because it was like I was super active, so then it would be like weights in the morning, and I'd do cardio at night. And then I was fasting. I think I only had one meal a day. So
oh damn! So you were starving too.
I was like, but I was going hard. I was going hard into it. But now it's like, where I'm at. I like where I'm at. I like my muscle mass. So it's like, I can't do that again because I don't want to lose all my muscle. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, enough.
I know.
Enough, Jim. I need it. I know.
Yeah. We'll do that another time.
Maybe I should just do a segment. It's all Jim stuff.
I know. I'm down. I'm like, I would love to, because I love talking about working out too. Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, so this is still branching off from the last question. Okay. It's just so along with your pageant stuff, I guess, what are your plans with that moving forward? Right.
So it's over the last 9 months, I think I've done a good amount with the community and with my title. I've been working with a lot of nonprofit organizations here in Fresno. I've been, going to basically every event that I'm invited to.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, so what is it exactly that you do, at least currently, with being Miss Hmong, you would say?
So for me, I think being Miss Hmong, when people ask me like, you know, what do you do, or how do you even do these events and stuff, I'm like, for me, I'm my own manager. So everything that I've done in the community, I've done myself. Like I've initiated it, or, you know, people reach out to me, and then I manage myself, and I manage my own time, my own events. But pretty much like being Miss Hmong, you have to really go out there and do it by yourself. Like you have to put yourself out there.
Is it like
kalay mo siya o? You.
Well, okay, but what is it like? Is it mainly like? Because I know you MC'd recently,
yes.
right? So is it like mainly just you like hosting events, or are you like, you know, a guest or something?
Yeah. So cool. So that's a good question. Being Miss Hmong, you can do anything. You can, if people want you to MC and you're down for it, then you can MC. Like you want to do, people's like, can we collaborate on a photo shoot, and then you want to, then you can do that. So being Miss Hmong, you could do everything, as long as, like I said, you manage yourself.
So in a way, it's kind of
it's like giving your time to the community.
Yeah. And you use like your title for stuff.
Yes. Okay. So basically, like I feel like being Miss Hmong, your biggest job is to give back to your community. And whether it's going just to an event as a special guest, because people have invited me, just, can you come to our big, you know, gathering as just a special guest? And that's already, you know, you're giving your time, and you're giving back to your community in that way, you know. So I'm like, I could be Miss Hmong, and I've MC'd, I've been a special guest, I've hosted events, I've done giveaways. Like you could do everything with your title and anything. There's no limit. So it's not like, oh, Miss Hmong, you can only host, or Miss Hmong, you can only do MCs, or Miss Hmong, you can only promote businesses. Like you could do everything as long as you know how to manage your time.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. I'm like moving forward. I'm coming to the end of my rain year, right. But I plan to continue doing what I'm doing. Like just because my rain year is ending, I'm not like, I'm done. Here's my sash, my crown, you know. Like I became so passionate about what I've been doing in the community, and I hope and pray like I keep having these opportunities, because I like am so passionate about it, and like I love it so much. Yeah, so that's
really cool.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh my gosh, yay, my rain year is done, I'm done. Like no, I'm like, this is just my jump start to my future.
Definitely,
yeah.
And it's really good that you're passionate about it, you know what I mean? It just makes it easier too, you know?
Yeah, it does, because it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like you dread it, and you're like
an obligation.
Yeah, you know? Like, or obligation. Like, yeah, so to me, I think that's the biggest part about being Miss Hmong is I feel like a lot of times it feels like an obligation. Like, I have to go because I'm Miss Hmong. But I feel like for me this whole year, I'm like, I feel so special. Like when people think about me, and I'm always so grateful, because people would be like, can you MC? And I'm like, wow, like you guys thought about me to MC, you know. And I always feel hella happy. Like I'm so grateful to like have opportunities. So it makes my title feel like, you know, not work, because I like it and I'm passionate about it.
Yeah. Just a quick question, randomly. Do they still do Mr. Hmong? I
haven't seen a Mr. I think they do up north though, like in Milwaukee, I think.
Okay.
Like Wisconsin. I think they still do it.
Yeah, because I know we had one in Fresno, but it's been like, I think last time I saw was
maybe
like
pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was like pre-COVID.
Yeah. Because I haven't seen any. I know Sacramento didn't have one. Fresno didn't have one. But I know, I think Wisconsin, they still have it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But I haven't seen it anywhere else lately after COVID.
Yeah, because I remember like I didn't watch it, but I just remember seeing like the guys do it too, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they did have it.
These last couple of years, I was like, oh, I haven't seen it.
But you know what? It's been hard to find like participants. That's why.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, even for the girls too.
I've thought about it, but it was.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you should do it. I'll sponsor you. I'm like, remember this, guys, because
I just threw it out there.
Yeah, I'm like, if you go do it, I'll help sponsor you. I'm like, go do it. You should do it. YOLO. You only live once.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want to live what if. Like, you don't want to be like, what if I ran, you know. Yeah. Go do it.
I think I've had a lot of what ifs. So that's why now I'm a little more conservative on my time and stuff now. Right. But definitely when I see like an opportunity, I'm like, okay, I should definitely do it, you know. So
Right.
I'm more selective about stuff now.
Yeah.
But when I know, I'm like, ooh, then I for sure go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, if they do it again, I better see you running. You better go run.
We'll delete all this
No, it's too late.
Okay. Moving on. Finally. Or hold on. I had a question earlier. Actually,
okay.
That can come in later.
Okay.
So I know you have your bachelor's, right? You said what was your degree again?
Psychology.
So not so much about that part of it. I have a question. It's just did you have like a structured plan or like idea for what you wanted to do before you got into all this?
Yes. So like before I got into like Miss Hmong
stuff.
Yes.
So like you were going to college, obviously. So
yeah. So I actually went into college as a nutrition major, and because at that time, like I said, I was a triathlete.
You were weightlifting.
Yeah, and I was like really into like, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna like nutrition. I can tell people how to be healthy. But oh my gosh.
And you're a foodie.
Yeah, and I'm a foodie, but it did not go hand in hand.
Yeah, like, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, because I went into, so my first semester I had to take nutrition pre-major classes, and they were the hardest, worst classes.
For your first semester?
Yeah, I was already taking like nutrition classes, and so it was hella hard. It was like the whole periodic table, and I'm like, what? I just want to eat. Like, I don't care about the periodic table. So after my first semester, I knew right away, like, this is not what I want to do. Right. I'm not passionate about it. I don't want to learn about this. So then I actually took so I finished my first year as a nutrition major, and then my second year I switched to psychology, because then I took psychology as like an elective, and I loved it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, everything they're teaching me is just staying in my head. Like, I don't even have to study. And I wanted to learn more. Like, who sits in a class with a professor and you're like glued to the screen? And psychology was the only class that I was like glued to the PowerPoints, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's interesting. And so I was like, I think this is what I want to do. So my plan was to so I stuck to psychology. I changed my major, started taking all my prereqs, pre-majors, and then eventually I had once you get into like your second or last year, you start getting into your major classes. Right. So then it gets more specific. So so then I was put into like ADHD classes, like ABA class, and then human sexuality. So it was getting more specific, and I went into a child like development class, which was like a psychology course too. And when I went into that, I realized like, oh, like this is what I want to do. Like, I want to work with the kids. I want to work with the youth, because I just feel like that's where they need it the most. That's where they need the support the most. So then, before being Miss Hmong and stuff, my plan was it still is my plan. So I'm still going with, my career. I graduated with my psychology degree, and then I'm planning to continue next fall for my educational specialist degree. Yeah, so it's right above a master's. But really? I want to be a school psychologist for high schoolers. And to do that, you need that degree. It's called an EDS degree. Okay. So it's a 3-year program. They have it at Fresno State. It's, like I said, right above a master's and then right under a doctorate. Okay. So, to be a school psychologist, I have to pursue that.
It's pretty much like you going back for your master's, but it's for
but it's for what I'm going for. Okay. Yeah, so basically it is the master's for what I want.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a 3-year program. I'm planning to go back next fall. And then now I've been I've been researching what I want to do. And now I'm kind of falling in between becoming a psychology professor, or a school psychologist, because I can go both ways with my next degree. Yeah. So it's kind of hard, because I'm like, I don't mind teaching a psych class because I love it. Like, I'm so passionate, and like I would love to teach psychology.
I actually thought about going in for psychology at first too when I went to state. Yeah, so I was thinking about it, but I had to be honest with myself, and I was like, you know what, I don't think, because I'm a dropout, a college dropout, so I was like, I'm going to be honest with myself. I do not want to do all that work. So I was like, it's okay.
It is a lot of work. Yeah. And school's not for everybody. Yeah. You know what? I used to think, because my 2 little brothers, they are younger than me, and they did so bad. Like, they dropped out. Yeah. But I don't judge them, because after my first year of college, I was like, college is not for everybody. Like, it is hard and it's a lot of work. And if you don't like you don't want to go to school, like, you don't have to. You could just go to work. And I didn't understand that until I went to college myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like, this is a lot of work. And now I understand why people, you know, drop out and go into the workforce.
Yeah. And some people are just more business mindset, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So they get into the workforce and they're like, oh, like, this is easy. I can do this.
Yeah, and you know what?
They grind.
Hell, like, people make so much money without a degree nowadays. Like, you don't even need a degree to make money
Especially
nowadays. Especially now. I'm like, so I'm, you know, and going back to what you asked me about, like, what's your plan, you know, before Miss Hmong? Like, I still want to find a way to become wealthy and rich without having to go to school. Like, I just want to own my own business and have it thrive, or like become an influencer and like, you know, make money off of that. Because who wants to go to school realistically, you know? Like, school is a good backup plan.
It's just I was in my head, I was thinking like Sarah.
No, for real. Like Sarah. Like, she's 2.5 million followers. Like, damn, girl, teach me, Sarah. I'm like, Sarah, if you're watching this one day, you
follow
better
her
teach
course.
me.
Follow her course.
Yeah, I'm like, Sarah, I'm trying to be an influencer too. So, but I'm like, nowadays it's so easy to make money without going to school and having a degree and stuff, you know. So, and I'm like, my brother doesn't have a degree. He makes way more money than me, you know. And you don't have to have a degree anymore nowadays. Yeah, it's just something good to fall back on.
Yeah, I think business has really taken over.
It has. And social media. Yes.
Yeah, like after, I didn't even realize this, how much social media came up during COVID. But yeah, like during COVID and post-COVID is like, it's completely different.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, COVID made a whole bunch of like millionaires, or like, you know, COVID.
like I say, it's like COVID was probably like a blessing in disguise, you know?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, my plan is to continue doing community work even after my reign is done. I still want to go back to school next year, but we'll see where life takes me, because I'm like, I still want to be an influencer someday. So I'm like, that's my dream. So
no, I want to
travel.
Get it.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to travel and do photo shoots, get sent free things as an influencer. So that's like my ultimate dream.
It really is the dream, though.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, everybody's dream. Get paid working from your phone.
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
Yeah.
It's okay. If you watch Sarah's podcast, which is up, it's going to be up the week after I filmed this, but you guys should take a watch, and she does go over like the pros and cons. So.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah. But let me see. Okay. Yeah. Like you said, it is everybody's dream, though, you know. But it is. I know it's not that easy.
It's not. It's a lot of work.
It is still a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sarah's all like, yeah, I stopped working at 9 to 5 to work 24/7.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I'm like, being an influencer, you constantly have to make content, and you know, it's a nonstop job.
Yeah, she was talking to me about how like you know, some days she was doing actual like 8 hours of just recording content. I was like, that's crazy.
It is, but I mean, I feel like I would much rather do that than, you know, work a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah,
like make funny
probably
TikToks.
more fun.
Take pictures. Yeah, like
you
gotta be creative.
It's all perspective, you know. Yeah, it's all perspective, because, like you said, it probably is more enjoyable, you know, like especially for you, you know.
Yeah, it like allows you to just be creative and go out and take some pictures. I'm sure it's tiring, but I mean, I'd much rather travel and take pictures and stuff than work a regular 9 to 5 in
You can't
office.
win everything, you know. It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You gotta pick and choose.
You're gonna have to work. Everything is a battle. Yeah.
Okay, well, going back on topic, what were like your struggles with school?
Okay.
You know, whether that's pre Miss Hmong and during, you know.
That's a good question, because my first year of college I did terrible.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, my first year of college I didn't ask for help. I think that's like the worst thing that I did was
help, like for just like academically wise.
Yeah, academically, and because like my first year of college, I just got out of a relationship with my high school sweetheart. So we dated from 8th grade until we graduated senior year. So then we broke up like.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's high school sweethearts anymore, but
I know.
At the time. Okay,
yeah, at the time. Yeah, so then.
That's more like Elementary sweethearts.
No, like that is high school sweetheart because it was like 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
And then,
I thought you said
high
6th
school.
grade.
No,
Sorry.
8th grade.
Yeah.
8th grade to senior year. So then we broke up like the month before college started, and so I was like depressed my first year, and I was like in a hole.
That's a pretty long time. So.
Yeah, so it was like 5 years, and then I just didn't want to ask for help. So, and it was my first year, first generation college student, first year.
Everything just fell on you.
Yeah, and everything was like, I feel like
you're first generation still.
Yeah, I am. Wow. Yes.
Being like the ninth child? Mm-hmm. Ninth child?
9, 10, 10. I'm the 10th child. Yeah. Oh, okay. So because my sister is the only one who graduated from college. But then even then, like, besides her,
you're still the only other one.
It's just me. Yeah. So I was like doing so bad my first year, and I was failing my classes, but I was so scared to ask for help. I didn't go to like a counselor. I didn't want to talk to my professors. So yeah, my first year, and then I hated my classes, like my nutrition classes. So yeah, I did so bad my first year, but now that I look back at it, like I'm so glad that happened too, because it totally changed who I was. Like I snapped out of it quick. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like I'm burying myself. So college was hard for me the first year. And my biggest advice to anyone watching is to always ask for help. Because if I could give that advice to my younger self, is like, girl, go ask for help. Don't be afraid. Because maybe I would have probably got my degree like 2 years earlier than I did this year. So, but yeah, I think in college, that's mostly what I struggled with was like time management, and then just literally like not asking for help when I knew I needed it. So other than that, college, after I like learned, after that first year of doing so bad, I learned quick, and I was like, okay, now I started asking for help. Like I started going to counselors, and I told my sister, and so everything came together. So once I got over that first year, college was a smooth ride for me. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Obviously it's still hard, like, exams and stuff like that, but then I knew how to use my resources.
But they don't compare to that first year. So
no, I'm like that first semester,
like mentally even,
and that first and mentally that first year was terrible. It was the worst.
That's funny. That's a lot like me, because that's when I dropped out. I didn't even do my first year, but I did my first semester, and I was pretty much in my dumps too. I actually just got out of a relationship too.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Not quite my high school sweetheart. Actually, it might be, because it was, we were girlfriend, boyfriend. Yeah. We were together since high school, but not that long. Yeah. I think it was maybe 2.5 years.
Oh, still pretty long.
Yeah. So, and there was that, and then that I think being in that relationship like took a toll on me. Yeah. It kind of made me like lose myself. Yeah. And stuff like that. Yeah. And then, I hated my classes.
Same.
I was broke because I didn't get any FA.
Yeah.
So I had to pay out of pocket.
Oh, man.
So I paid out of pocket, and then I was still broke while going to school. And,
oh, gosh.
Yeah, and it was just like, I was just in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
So then, that's why I told myself, and like you said, that push, it just made me push. I remember specifically, I went to go get gas, and I put in like $6, and I was like, I just told myself, I was like, I can't believe I only pay $6 for gas, what I mean? And it broke me. So then that's when I was like, okay, I need to drop out, I need to work, make money, and then, it turns out I'm pretty good at working.
Yeah, so I'm like, school is not for everybody, and I feel like people don't understand that until they go through it themselves. Because even for me, that's why I understand now. Like, I understand dropouts. I understand why people don't go to school, because it's not for everybody. It's hard. Like, school is hard. And
that was the what if for me, because, I was like, do I even want to go to school? I already knew in my heart I didn't want to go to school, but I still went the first semester. I was like, you know what? I need to go and try it out first, just to see how it is.
Yes, and I'm glad you at least tried it. Yeah.
I even dormed. I went to the summer bridge program, so I even dormed that summer.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, college is not for everybody. I'm like, college is a hard struggle. It's yeah. But yeah, I'm glad it's over with. I'm like, that's why I took a year off, because I've been going to school my whole life. So I'm like, oh, I need a year off. Yeah. So. Yeah,
I'm just like, well, okay, to me at least, because I'm much more business oriented now. So I'm kind of one of those, school is a scam. But it's like I I can't imagine going to school my whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least
me
not
either.
like going to graduate high school and then another 4-6 years, and it's just like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, the first 18 because it's high school and stuff. You learn the essentials.
Yeah.
But if like adding another 10 years of school is like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And especially like in the sense of if you need to get your PhD or something.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And I want to do that too. Like I've been talking to my sister and I'm like, I think I'm just going to go straight for it. Like, I'm going to go for my doctorate. Because if I do, I'll be 30 with my doctorate degree. So, I'm like, like I told you, YOLO. You only live once. Who cares? Go for everything. Yeah. Like,
and that's a pretty good age, though,
Yeah, I'm like, I'll be 30 and I'll be Dr. Amy. Like, So, maybe you can bring me back. Hmong. Yeah, I'm like, you'll probably bring me back on your podcast in a few years. I'll be Dr. Amy. Yeah. Because then it'll be 3 years for my next degree and then maybe an extra 2. And I'm 24 right now. So, yeah, I'll be like 30.
Yeah.
With my PhD. So, but I'm so expensive.
And that's like a different story.
Yeah.
That's another
Seriously.
story. But you have to be honest with yourself too.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't want to put you on blast.
Right,
but it's like I can, it's like I have that feeling. I can tell. It's like you're for real about it, and it's like you're gonna push yourself.
Yes.
Don't just be super false optimistic, and it's like you jump in. Just false hope, like false optimism, and it's like you're just I need to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Just for you to fail, in a couple years, and it's
like,
I don't want to say it was wasted, but it's like you could have done something else and probably wouldn't have gone to go through what you did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah, like when I go for something, I really go for it. Like
we can stay in touch, and I'll see whenever I need Dr. Amy.
I know, for real. I'll be like 5 years from now, I can be like, Dr. Amy, I don't need you for a podcast. I need you because I'm sick. I'll be like, okay, come to my office. Yeah.
It could have been Dr. Amy for nutrition.
I'm like, nope, I'm not looking at the periodic table anymore.
So my next question that I have with you kind of went over it also already, but okay, well, we're back. I had to switch out the battery real quick. But my question was, so like I said, you kind of briefed over this a little bit, but how did you manage your time with school and the pageant stuff?
Discipline. Basically just discipline, and like if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it. Like I have bills to pay. I have to go to work. If I don't go to work, my bills are not going to get paid. And school, I'm like, I'm almost done already. So just keep pushing. What
was like some of your schedules? Because you said you were full-time work, full-time school, and then this came up, right?
Yes. So,
well, before that, it was just full-time school and full-time work?
Yes. So before I started training for Miss Hmong, it was strictly full-time work, full-time school. My schedule for school was usually like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then I would work 5 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. So for a full 8. So that was my schedule the whole entire time I was prepping for the pageant. School 9 to 4, and then and it was classes in person and on Zoom. But it was like 9 to 4, and then I would get off, go home, change, and then go straight to work.
The first. Well, you went into the pageant your last year?
Yes, my last year.
Okay, so then the first, or I guess the first year, did you also work full time?
No, the first year of college, I was part time. I was working at Champs at Fashion Fair.
Oh,
so I was selling shoes. Yeah, and I loved it because I'm a sneakerhead. So I collect shoes too. That's one of my hobbies. Yeah. But my first year, it was strictly school because, it was my first year and I was more focused on school. And so it was full time. I think I did stupid mistake, 8 a.m. classes. So I'm dumb mistake as a freshman, but we didn't know.
Yeah, so optimistic. Yeah, I can do it. Yes, I can make 8 a.m.
No, yeah. So I did 8 a.m. to maybe 3 p.m. I think my first year. But as I continued on the years, then I kind of learned how to schedule my classes not too early and then not late too. That way I could work because I needed to work. But I think you
had a little time in between, right?
Yes. So that's why I used to do my schedule 9 or 10 a.m. to 2, 3, and then I'll have an hour to go home. And then I was a server, so I would serve from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. But then the last year of college, I was serving at a casino in Clovis. So it was 24 hours. So then I would go to school 9. And
then you can work late.
Yes. So I went to school 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4:30, and then straight to work. I would carry my work stuff, and I'll just go straight to work, change in the restroom, and then start working from 5:30 to 1:30 a.m.
And then get home and do homework?
Yeah, and then I'll come home and do homework, or like I would have one day off in the week, and I would have to cram everything in that day. Okay. Yeah, and then my weekends I was in Sacramento, so like my weekends I would leave Saturday morning to train with my trainer all day, and then sleep there at my cousin's, and then Sunday train with the pageant team all day. So and then drive home. So my weekends were like crazy. Yeah, my schedule was crazy. That's how I starved, you know. Was I had no time to eat at all, and when I did, like it would be 2:00 in the morning, and I would just eat a quick sandwich. So
but then did you pretty much just try to keep it like that even throughout when did you start working full-time? Their second and third year, or?
I started working full-time my second to last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was working just part-time.
So then pretty much then from then on, you try to just keep your schedule like that, even with your classes?
Yeah, so my schedule has been the same for like the last few years. It stayed the same. And then this last year, that's exactly my schedule, all the way from the pageant to now, to when I graduated. Okay. So I kept it the same.
You graduated, it was like this last
May.
Spring, right?
Yeah, this last spring, yeah.
So then pretty much just since then, you've just been doing more pageant stuff?
So after I graduated,
you got it last December, right?
So January 1st. Okay. Yeah, so I won it on January 1st.
So you've been doing it pretty much
all year. These last 9 months have been busy too, because then I was still in school all the way up until May.
Yeah.
So I won Miss Hmong, and then I still had school, full-time school from January to May. I graduated, and even between that whole entire 5 months that I was Miss Hmong, I was still doing like full-time work, full-time school, and full-time Miss Hmong. And then once I graduated in May, I was like, awesome, I have time to breathe, you know, and now I can dedicate even more time to my title. And so I graduated in May, and I'm like, okay, now I can even do more for the community because I have more time. But then I got a new job, and so I got a new full-time job for a nonprofit organization. So I'm even in the community more because that's what this nonprofit does. Like, we go into the community, and I work with the API Pact program, in which we do like tobacco prevention with like the Asian Pacific Islander population. So
is it a Asian nonprofit or
so the nonprofit is called California Health Collaborative.
Okay.
But then the program that I'm working under is Asian Pacific Islander. Okay. So so I'm still like my time management is, you know, what I do is I have planners. So I have a planner for work because I'm in the community a lot for work. So I have a physical planner where I write all of my events for work and meetings and Zoom and everything. And then I have a Miss Hmong planner. And so in my Miss Hmong planner, that's where I write like the podcasts, you know. And so I write everything that has to do with Miss Hmong on my Miss Hmong calendar. And I separate it like that, but I look at both every day.
This is more like not necessarily Miss Hmong, it's just Amy Moua.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm like, it's Amy Moua, but then I'm like, I see it as, you know, just, I feel like I see it as community work, you know? Right. So, but this is like what I'll put in my personal planner, which is like my Miss Hmong planner, where it's this aside from work.
Amy Moua.
Yes.
Not Miss Hmong.
Yes. So, my time management, I have to look at planners. I feel like if I don't have my planners,
No, definitely. Like I said, you know, because I'm more business oriented too, and I'm always like busy. So I definitely have like a. I just
have a planner?
I have a planner.
Oh, cool.
I had a board in my room, but then it was too small.
Yeah.
So then I recently got another one to put in my kitchen, on my refrigerator. Yeah. So that it has the whole month, so I can actually fill stuff out now.
Oh yeah, mine too. Yeah. So I started with a whiteboard in my room, a whiteboard calendar, but it was 9 enough space. So
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So now I use 2 physical planners for like my personal life and then work.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like, especially when you have like a busy schedule like that, you know, you need to make sure everything is set, or else you just get so lost.
Yeah. And you're like I can I have to physically see it, otherwise I will not remember. Yeah. Because so much going on.
Yeah. And I mean, you can remember, but you know, it's when you see it, okay.
You like it keeps it in your mind. Yeah. But with my schedule, I feel like it's easy for me to forget because like even like today, like the podcast for today, I was like didn't remember it till a few days ago because I've been so busy working with the nonprofit.
Even me too. Like it was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was like, oh dang, I need to check in with Amy.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I have the podcast on Friday. You know, So
that's why I texted you. I was like, okay, I just do a road right now while I remember.
Yes, I have my schedule has been so crazy too. So, Yeah. But pretty much, yeah, time management is just discipline. And, you know, I highly recommend, if you have a busy schedule, I highly recommend having a physical planner. So, yeah, that's my biggest tip on time management is a planner. So you see what your week looks like. You know?
I feel like not even just time management either, you know, it really helps out for a lot of stuff. Like I said, you know, I'm really into finance too. So then like when you want to look at your budget or look at things you can afford and stuff like that, it's just so much easier when you can write everything out, you know.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. So my question was just, it's still a part of that one, but it was just like, what are your plans with your bachelor's degree?
Yeah.
So I know you said, you know, you're going to do your ESD? EDS.
Educational specialist degree.
Okay, degree. But what are like, I guess from there, just what do you plan on doing career-wise?
Yeah, so.
Or maybe not even career-wise, just, you know, with all that knowledge that you have.
I think if I'm going to continue my education, like I said earlier, my career goal is either to become a school psychologist for high schoolers. That's the group that I want to work with, just because I feel like that's when because I had like coaches who really like taught me life skills, and you know, I took it into my adulthood, and it changed me, you know,
like social life skills,
it changed like my entire character. And I always say like the woman that I am today had a lot to do with like my coaches, and like that's who I want to be for you know, the high schoolers now, because I still think about like my coaches who impacted my life.
I get it.
So that's why I want to be
same way.
I'm like, that's why career wise I want to be a school psychologist at a high school, or I've been thinking lately I want to teach a psych class as a professor. So I'm stuck in between right now, but I'm sure that's going to be where you guys will see me one day. It's one or the other. Yeah. I'm like, if I'm not an influencer like Sarah, then I'll either just be a psychologist professor, or I'll just be a school psychologist for high schoolers. So.
Yeah, I get it. Like I said, because I originally had the same like kind of goal as well, you know, because my first degree that I wanted to do was actually I wanted to be a psychiatrist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because, you know, like, you know, I was into fitness and stuff too. So I wanted to be a psychiatrist, but then sophomore year, that's when that was the first time I started slimming down, and I was like getting really fit and stuff. So then that's why I wanted to do it. Right. But then I ended up tearing my ACL.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I actually tore my ACL. So all my hopes and dreams for that it went down. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
So then obviously, you know, I couldn't give up, and I was like, okay, well, what else can I do? And then, you know, I really enjoyed talking to people, you know. I love talking to people. Yeah. And you know, I don't want to say I had a lot of friends, but you know, I communicate with other people pretty easily. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I should be a psychiatrist, you know. Yeah. A lot of people came to me for like assistance and advice and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I was like, maybe I'll do it. And then that's when I went to, I was like, you know what, I don't want to do all that work.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, but like, you know, like I said, I'm just being honest with myself, and it's like, I don't want to force myself into it and make it feel like I feel obligated doing it, you know, so.
Yes. Yeah.
But okay, that's pretty cool. Do you, if you do so happen to get your PhD, would you still be thinking about doing the same thing too?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's one of two things that I only want to do with my degree.
Okay. Like career-wise,
because there's nothing else. Yeah, I'm like, there's nothing else I want to do in the field of psychology besides working with kids, like the youth, or teaching psych. So yeah, I'm like, either way, if I get my PhD, is just to make more money. Yeah, because you know, the higher your education, the more money you make. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you said, you can do it, but if you get your PhD, it's just for the extra cash.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I'm like, if I go for my PhD, it's just to make more money.
Okay.
But, yeah. And, of course, to higher my education and learn more knowledge. So
I feel like, I mean, I wouldn't know, college dropout and all, but I feel like it definitely, you start, once you get into those higher level of education, you know, like your master's and PhDs and stuff, I feel like it's more of not necessarily so much of the skill wise and the major itself, but more applying it to the real world and the people.
It's more specific. Yeah. Like you actually start researching like and applying it to, you know, patients and people. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay, so the audio just messed up for some reason right now, and it may or may not be a sign that I need to hurry up. So, all right. Um, so yeah, so your goals and dreams as a kid, and going into your teens. What was it again? Or would?
I would say my like.
Basketball.
Yeah,
right,
basketball.
right.
I don't remember having any other like.
Okay.
I don't remember ever having any other like goals or dreams besides going to UCLA. That was like one of my biggest dreams. And then basketball became like a dream of mine. But
Okay.
yeah, other than that, I don't remember like dreaming of a
Did you
career.
turn it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I did apply to UCLA. I forgot that wasn't the one I really cared about. It was Berkeley. Berkeley is the one I cared about.
Oh yeah, nice.
Because I did a conference with them, so I actually got to go there and then learn about it. So I was like, no, sure, but I didn't really care. So
yeah, that was like that was me with UCLA. I went to UCLA to visit during middle school, and that's why it became like my dream. I was like, wow, I love this school. Yeah.
Yeah, my younger sister, she's the only one in high school still, and as soon as she would go on a college trip, and then I want to go to that school. I'm like, I was like, it's only because you've been there.
Yeah.
Well, my question was just to it was just to add on to that, but it was like, how have doing this or coming up changed your vision of yourself just changed your own vision of the things you want to do in career wise? Like, how has that shifted? Unless
well, for sure, basketball is out of the picture. I just gave it up. My first year of college, I still played at open gyms and stuff. So
but you didn't play for the team or anything?
No, but I didn't pursue it. And then I think, like I said, just taking psychology classes just made me realize what I want to do. And then, yeah, from there, I feel like my career goal has been the same ever since sophomore year of college. So I don't think it has changed. Like, I haven't switched gears or switched lanes. And then being Miss Hmong, it just added on to my life. Like, it's just a journey of its own. I don't think it's like a career for me, or like, I don't see myself like, like Miss Hmong is for everything,
Right.
It's just like a chapter of my life.
Yeah. And like something you've achieved.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, it's an achievement, but it's not something that's like it's like a career where it's with you have to do it, but
constantly all the time.
Yes, yeah.
Not that you won't, but yeah.
Yeah, but so I feel like from my dreams and goals as a kid has just changed because of the career that I want now. But then my ambition and my like dedication to my goals it's been the same. Like, I've always been competitive since I was a kid. Yeah, so yeah.
Where did you play for in high school?
McLean.
Oh, did you play with McLean?
I played with McLean all 4 years. My senior year, we actually won the first NYL championship at McLean ever in like McLean's history.
Right.
So yeah.
Wow.
So we had a pretty good team my senior year.
Do you know what's her name? I'm pretty sure she played basketball, but she played volleyball too. She was the dark skin, pretty tall, skinny, had curly hair. I think she's Asian. Mia.
Yeah. She played at Sunnyside, right?
Oh, I don't know.
At first, I think she started at Sunnyside and she came to McLean.
She came to McLean.
Yeah. Her last name starts with a B.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played with her. Yes.
That's cool. I know her because I coached the McLean volleyball team for a while.
When?
About 2 years ago.
Girls?
The girls team.
Oh, it was who's the head coach?
It was Bill Vang.
Oh, because when I was there, it was Coach Moore.
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Coach Moore, she left already.
Yeah.
And then that's when Bill took over.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But Mia played together, and Mia's sister too. Yeah.
Okay. Her older sister?
Yeah.
Really?
She played 1 year with us before she left, I believe.
So she was like a senior when you guys were?
I think so.
Maybe younger.
Yeah, because I remember, if I remember correctly, her sister did play, or coached one of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I met her when I was there, and then she was helping me out with because we were like volunteer coach. So It wasn't Bill. Sorry, it's because Bill took over the boys' volleyball team.
Oh, okay.
So then, after Moore left, then he had his buddy come do the varsity team.
Oh, nice.
And then Bill just did like the freshman team or something,
Yeah.
and then we were helping him out.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So then you said that I was like, I'm pretty sure she played basketball.
Yeah. I
she's
think
pretty tall and athletic.
She only played 1 year, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because she was more of a volleyball girl.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
she played volleyball, like club volleyball, and then school volleyball. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, like my last final questions, pretty much is just: do you have any plans or goals that you would like to achieve in the near future?
Yeah.
Or far future?
Yeah. So I think the next
and any personal goals as well.
Yeah. I think the next biggest goal I have. So I'll start as Miss Hmong. So my next biggest plan is to actually I'm gonna be going to Laos in
really?
April.
Next April?
Yeah, so next April, because I was planning to go this December, but then I'm busy with the New Year's and stuff. So and my schedule was like booked until the end of the year.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Your reign, are you passing it on to this year's Miss Hmong USA or
no? Because it's a new organization. It's not my organization anymore. So pretty much I'm the reigning Miss Hmong USA. So I'm not handing down my title or crown. So. Yeah, that's kind of complicated. Yeah, so I'm basically like, my reign is coming to an end, but it's kind of not to, because I'm the last Miss Hmong USA.
For that organization.
Yes.
But do you know if there's going to be more Miss Hmong USAs though?
So
it would just be with different.
They actually have a new name. I'm unsure what it is, but they're not using my title.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I'm the last Miss Hmong USA, because the title belongs to my organization. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, kind of.
But basically, so as Miss Hmong, my next biggest goal is to go to Laos in April and do a project there. I can't talk about it yet, what I'm gonna do, but it's a project. And
Look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm like April of next year. So that, and then my personal goals is to continue working on my fitness. I feel like I slacked off a lot. So I'm like personal goals, fitness, and just education, continue my education, staying disciplined and staying humble, staying, true to myself, even having to be, in the public eye and stuff. I think my biggest goal for myself was to stay true to myself and just like let people see who I am as a person, and not just like, oh, Miss Hmong. Like I want people to see me for who I am, and not like just
not just your title.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was excited to come on the podcast, because then I'm like, it's conversational, and people can get to know me more on a personal level.
It's funny because like some people, like podcasts, they're very popular right now, but then a lot of people, I guess maybe, I don't want to say the older gen, sorry Silver, but sometimes like he was all like oh, so like what are we talking about or something. I'm just I don't know, well, it's just I mean, obviously there's different clicks and stuff for whatever channel does it, but for me, I was like, oh no, it's nothing, it's just I just want to show the people more of like your personal side, get more intimate with you, the stuff most people don't know about,
people don't know. And then I think that's about it. My goals is just continue doing community work, continue my education.
How about financially?
Financially,
I know it's like a hard topic to talk about, but
no, I don't think it's hard. I think financially every day we're like trying to brainstorm how to get rich, how to make money, because money makes the world go round. And so, like I said, if I could find some way to
it's okay.
It's okay, huh? Yeah, if I could find some way to like make a lot of money without going to school and getting my doctorate, then I'll go that route. So if I get blessed to be an influencer, or get blessed some way somehow to make money without having to continue my education, that's what I'll do. But I'm
go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish up.
No, it's okay. I'm like literally financially, I feel like it's a struggle. Like, being fresh out of college and, just landing my first professional job. It's like it's a struggle. And like being Miss Hmong makes it harder too, I feel like, because like everything that I do out of pocket. So like everything I do for the community and everything that I've given back, like I do it myself.
Right.
So I'm like, it's
And,
been out of
pocket
my
and stuff
own,
too, right?
So I'm like, financially, it's been a struggle, but I think, I'm like, we all want to be rich. So I'm like, we're all trying to find ways to be rich, be wealthy, and be well off, not have to worry about money. Yeah.
Do you have like well, I was gonna just continue. I was like, as for financial goals, at least, do you like do you dive into it? Oh, whatever. Do you dive into it frequently? Like maybe like for real estate or stuff like that?
Yeah, actually, I've been interested in real estate. So I went to the Hmong Wealth Conference in Minnesota. I don't know if you heard about it. But I went to this big Hmong Wealth Conference last month in Minnesota, where they basically talked about like real estate and stuff like that. And so I've been really interested in getting into real estate and getting my license in it, because I think I would do good. Like, I'm like, I think I'll do good in, the real estate world. But, and I think, that's where the money's at. It's being your own boss. Like, being your own boss. And
definitely.
And I'm like, you're never going to be rich working under somebody. Like, they're going to continue to get richer. But, they're never going to let you be richer than them. Unless you're your own boss and you own your own business and you're the, founder of it,
Yeah, like me, I'm a big finance guy. So it's like I said, we can have a segment for gym. I can have like a segment for like finance too.
See, me, I'm not good with finance. I'm like, I don't know the first thing about finance. My sister, though, she's an accountant. So like anything finance, I go to her. She taught me how to do credit, taught me how to do, how to build my credit. She does our taxes, my family's taxes. So I'm like, anything financial, I'm not good with. But
I luckily I had my uncle that was like because my uncle got his BA in I think computer science or something a couple years back, but then he was like it was a waste. So and then he started diving into more finance stuff, and then luckily I had him to kind of bring me up with it also.
Right. Nice.
And start learning from him. And mainly just do it myself also. Yeah. I was looking at like, why is it so bright and blah blah. There's no lights here.
There's no lights on this side.
Yeah, but that's cool. Like cause if you ever, I don't want to say I'm good with finance, but if you have questions.
Yeah. Now I have a resource. Yeah.
Because I like, so I really like to dig into real estate as well, but like as well as like stocks and crypto and stuff like that.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah. So like I said, I can go on and on about it.
Do you invest?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I wanted to learn how to do that during COVID, but no one I knew really knew how to do it.
Yeah, especially in the Hmong community. It's a hard thing. Yeah.
Yes, because I know like some people started to get into it, but they never actually did it. Like they didn't pursue it,
Yeah.
But I know like when I first heard about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to learn, I want to invest, but no, I didn't have anyone to teach me. So that's why I'm like back to what I was saying earlier in the podcast was like having resources and asking for help.
Oh yeah.
And so now I have a resource. So when I do want to learn, like hello, I want to learn.
Yeah, because I like what we were talking about earlier, how we need that push sometimes. So this was actually right after I dropped out. So like by then I'd been working and I was on EDD. Everybody.
I was too, because we all lost our jobs. Yeah.
So then
that was the dream, right? That was like we were living life.
That's we could be influencers.
I'm like EDD saved us, literally.
Yeah, but then it was like after that period, and then I was like, you know what, like I'm tired of just working and like saving. I need, like you said, some other source of income. Or like being my boss.
Like
and then,
linear income. Like seriously.
So then I was like, that's when I started looking into just other things, and then that's when I got hooked into this pyramid scheme. But people will say bad stuff about pyramid schemes, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
But then for me, it wasn't such a bad experience because the people I was with, they were like really good people and stuff like that. And that's actually what made me realize, like, oh dang, like I want more.
Yeah.
I need to do more. I want to do more. So
that's how I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling like I need more. I want more. Like this is not enough. Like I need different sources of income. Like I want to be sleeping and my money's making money while I'm sleeping. So. Yeah, right now I'm like still trying to find ways to start a business or, make that linear income. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm like check to check is not it, I'm like, I was not put on this earth to live check to check.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Well, that's all I have for you.
Thank
so,
you. Thank you for your time and having
yeah.
me on your podcast.
Yeah, thank you again to Studio Diaries for letting us use this space right here.
Yeah, and
if you guys haven't checked them out yet, make sure you guys do.
Studio Diary in Fresno. Right here on Bullard.
Yeah.
Beautiful studio. You guys need to come check it out. They took some pictures too, so I'll be sharing it. So,
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, ladies.
I'll have all of her stuff down in the description as well. Do you have Instagram?
I do.
Okay, yeah. I'll get that from you.
Yeah, I have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So I'm on everything.
Yeah. So if you guys want to keep up with her, I'll leave it down below. Yeah. And yeah, so let me read my little script right here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like I said, that's all I have for everyone and for you as well. If you guys enjoyed the podcast with Amy today, maybe I can hit her up again later on to come back on. If you guys or anybody else, just leave it down below or just DM me or something like that. Let me see. So yeah, I guess without further ado, this has been the VimShow. You are watching Behind the Vim podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye. Good night.
Okay.
Cool.